Excelsior, true believers. It's Tijuana Man, and right now I have for you a Ren and Stimpy show, comic. Maybe they should have called it the Ren and Stimpy comic. So this is from 1994. I look. Um, I actually always liked it when Marvel does cartoons. Marvel actually used to do like actual cartoons way back in the day. I think before they even did when they were doing like pulp stuff, and they weren't trying to do superhero stuff because they didn't want to step on the toes of Detective Comics at the time, who was publishing them. They did like Looney Tunes type cartoons, like full on, like not actual Looney Tunes, but those kind of like style of cartoons. But this is from the 90s. Obviously, this is from the success and popularity of Ren and Stimpy and Nickelodeon in general. But what you're gonna find in this book is that the art's really good, and the jokes are funny, or at least I think they're funny. Humor is subjective. The thing is that like every panel, like every story beat, this is a pretty good story, pretty tight story. Every panel serves the story in some way, whether it shows a character trait, or motivation, or it brings the story along. Because like everything leads into the next, like a good story should. Everything leads into the next point. So first of all, I think this is funny. King and we. It's a play on the King and I. Look it up. Uh, so yeah, Stimpy wants to go to the store, get some gritty kitty cat litter to eat, of course. So and Ren's, he's the curmudgeon about it. Look, they have menthol kind, which at first I thought that was funny because I thought he was about to buy milk. But then I realized he was buying cat litter, so menthol cat litter kind of makes sense. And then Ren, he gets happy because he sees his whippets. So he's sitting there getting high while Stimpy's trying to buy his kitty litter. And then he runs into the king. And he asks him if he knows where any lard balls are. And Ren sees him. He's reeling from being high, And he sees the king and he's thinking, he's already scheming on how he gets rich. So he tells the king that they have lard balls at home. And Stimpy's like, we don't have any lard balls at home. And he says, shut up. We have millions of them. Millions. Ren talks like America Chavez does too. So they pick up the king and they take him to his house, to their house, their little house. And he's eating the lard balls and Ren's turning on the line. This is one thing I did, because the composition in this one speech bubble is a little off, because I thought it was, no, this is the you, king of idiot, rock and roll. Yeah, that's a little messed up. But other than that, I didn't really have any problems with any of the compositions in this book. So he leaves to go get the press. The king gets hungry. And Stimpy starts to feed him. He feeds him what used to be pizza. I love this. He says it's petrified gelatin. So he feeds him all this crap. He wants something with stuffing, so he eats the cow. And, when Ren comes back, the king's nowhere to be found. And so he's got the press coming over, so he's got to do something. So they have Stimpy dress up as the king of rock and roll. Honestly, like as a short cartoon, you probably could have ended it here, and that would have been funny. But of course, it keeps going and escalating until it gets even more absurd. So he's starting to be successful. They're having success. They got a mansion now, and then they see all this stuff in the mansion. They sell it. They just sell all of it to get more money, get more food. But this success of being the king of rock and roll starts to break on Stimpy. He starts to get fat and unhealthy, and it starts to take a toll on his friendship. He fires Ren. So Ren goes and makes a tell-all book called The King and We. And, they start having their back and forth. It's implied, that it's like one person says something on TV and then another person says something on TV, to the point where it's escalating, where they're practically just fighting in real time back and forth on TV. He says he's a hound dog. I like this joke. He says, the king should be returned to Slender. Oh, there was another one. Hang on, let me go back. There's another joke I really liked when he said, the king himself. He says, do you have anything more to eat? Wide men say only fools are thin. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just broke because I'm so used to the stupid, silly Billy, cutesy humor of modern Marvel. But just these stupid little jokes are getting to me. So anyway, so they're fighting like literally back and forth on TV, and then they realize that they don't want to be fighting anymore. They actually love each other, and so they're literally like right across the hall in the same studio. Anyway, so this guy, he's trying to get between them and says he's got a signed contract. He can do whatever he wants. And then the next panel you see, he's not the king anymore. And really, like, that's all you need. You didn't need a panel of him saying, oh, well, I quit or anything. Like, this really is all you need because you can tell what's going on. He's happy. Ren's not happy because he lost all that money. And, yeah, he's about to hit him with the thing. And let's see what she says. Can you boys direct me to the bus stop? And they think she's Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. So that's that. I mean, and there's actually 2 shorts in here, but I was only going to go with the first short because it's just, I don't know, it's indicative of the time that like an 8-page, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so it's 16 story pages, but it's a tight story. It actually goes through and makes it. And these are actually a little bit longer than a lot of these Ren and Stimpys, because all these Ren and Stimpy comics are just 2 shorts in them. And that one did run a little bit long. Another thing that's really cool is, like I said, this is from 1994, so you get all these nice little advertisements. Remember the Boys Town National Hotline? Remember Tech World? Hey, if you wanna trip, go look up Tech World. Find somebody playing it, like G-Man or City 11, playing Tech World. If you wanted to play it yourself, it's abandonware. You could go and find it. So anyway, and I wanted to show you. There's also, where's Stan's soapbox? It's here. It's here. There we go. Stan's soapbox right here. And he actually mentions, among other people, he mentions Javier Ed. Yeah. Before all of his goodwill was destroyed by those Spider-Man movies. And then just the last thing I wanted to show was that the Mighty Thor. That's who the Mighty Thor is, not Natalie Portman. Anyway, so let me know what you think. I really like these kind of cartoons. Not everybody seems to. It seems to be like this divide between cartoons and comics, but I like to see that divide, start to intertangle. Anyway, if you could like, please comment. You can subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll have another comic video up later.